One limited run game I was waiting for received a physical release earlier this year. Let's unbox Iconoclast and see how it stacks up. As with tradition everyone, let's start off by taking a look at the card, which has a nice tile on the background along with a few characters from the game, and this is 382, so there are still so many cards in these collections all the way up to now. Limited run, black and white on the back. And here we are with the actual Iconoclast physical box. So this particular one is styled in the SNES type of packaging. It's very nice looking, seeing the characters on the front with Robin, Mina, Royal, everyone else displayed nicely. I really love the red and black. It goes really well with the SNES style. The bottom right, it has the limited run logo along with some other various text, Iconoclast on the top. The same thing on the bottom with Jack the developer on the bottom. And on the sides, they are pretty much the same. On the right side, we have the Iconoclast, and on the left. On the back of this box, you can see it has some information to get you started with the game, as well as a few screenshots from the game. It's always interesting opening these packages up, trying not to mess them up. You can get a better look at the box outside of the packaging. Of course, it's not as shiny. It does leave some fingerprints though. That's to be expected on these type of boxes. Have to be very careful when opening these up. Always have a crease. Luckily, I didn't have any issues with this one. The game and the soundtrack and everything that is included in here comes in a nice divider, so it's not going to mess up the box. Although I did have a little bit of trouble taking out the soundtrack. It was just a little bit snug in there. But here it is. This is the case it comes in, similar to the box, the SNES box. It's pretty much the same thing along with the text on the back. You have a nice little opaque Robin in the background. A couple of different screenshots though. This is somewhat different because a lot of other games that I collected tend to have the same amount of screenshots. And of course you have the Switch information and other stuff at the bottom. On the sides, you have the standard looking Iconoclast, pretty standard for the Switch cases. Getting another better look. Now we can try and open this up. Here's a better look at the Switch case outside of the plastic wrap. Inside, you can see a reversible cover. Let's begin by looking at the Switch cartridge. Very standard, nothing too crazy on the artwork on this one. On the back, which you would expect from pretty much every standard Switch game. This is something that I love to see. Now, the front of the manual and the back, very simple, still nice to look at. Joachim Sandberg, 2018 at the bottom. But once we open this up inside, this is some, not only is it just like beautiful artwork, it's 16 pages of this. It goes into things that I really like to see. It's all colorized. It has different things like showing the abilities of the characters, showing the biography, a little bit of the biography, also the ages of the characters, and it even goes a little bit more into that, showing some of the cast members. I kind of wish it did show like some of the enemies you fight, but just showing all of this is really neat. I always like seeing a lot of these things, reading it before playing a game screen, menu screen. It gives a good amount of detail of what you'll be facing. And on the back, we have a thank you for the support, which is always nice to see, along with some really nice artwork on the right side. I tried to get a better look for you for the reversible cover, which will actually be taking it and putting it in a case, because I was always curious to know how it will look actually inside the case. And honestly, I prefer the other way around, but it's always nice to have the other option. 18 by 24 inches. The poster that you briefly seen. Let's actually take a better look at it closer up. This is some really awesome looking artwork. I just love this art style of Iconoclasts. Some of the colors and just the way it looks, how colorful the game looks in general really reflects in this poster. You have Robin surrounded by her other peers, and it's always difficult to get this on video, so I took an image of this poster at a very nice resolution to get a better look at. And not only that, on the back it has the same type of artwork with the many characters from the game, similar to the Switch cover case. Here's a better look at this one. As we go down to the soundtrack with a nice blue and cloudy sky background with birdsong on the front, we have a total of 51 tracks. That is a ton of music to have on this, and it's going to be really fun listening to it, particularly in the car as I drive. On these sides though, we have Iconoclasts, as you probably would expect. Nothing else too crazy, so let's open it up. Down to the soundtrack, opening it up, we see basically the same type of artwork. Nothing wrong with that. On the right side, we have the disc. We have this one to take out, and you can see that the other one is a little bit wedged, so just a little bit of force. And once we do that, you can see the second one. Turning it around, we can get a decent look at both of them in action. And here we are. Really nice. So was this worth it for me? It definitely was. Iconoclasts is one game I followed for so long, and to see it having a physical release is a bit unreal to me. After all of these years having the game come out, I'm very excited to play the game and having all of the awesome things like the poster, the game case, and especially the SNES inspired box.